And I want you, if I ask a question, you chat me on the chat box so that we'll be on the same page. Um, please, I want to know you are following me, and then we're working together. My name is Professor Seth Akutson. I'm a graduate of 3 universities in Nigeria. Number one is Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, my first degree. And then University of Ibadan, where I have my postgraduate studies. And then Obafemi-Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, where I had my PhD and where I taught for 12 years before relocating. I'm also Harvard Business School trained entrepreneurship undergrad. I'm a scholar. I'm also a licensed business development service provider of the federal government. I'm German government facilitator and coach. I'm a chartered stockbroker, Nigeria and United Kingdom. So you can see that I've paid my price. And not only that, I'm former vice chancellor. I've been vice chancellor of a university before. And I've actually been everything in the university. I've been head of department, I've been dean, I've been director, I've been deputy vice chancellor, and I've been vice chancellor. So I've paid my dues. So we are here for us to share experiences together, and then you see what I can do. But there's something I want you to do for me. I want to see your capacity to involve in certain things. That's what they call the prognosis and diagnosis. So look at the chat box. I want to see those who are following me. If we can work together in the chat box, you see whether you're hearing me or not. Can you chat me to know whether you're following place? You tell me, yes, you are following me, and you get what I said. And if you're getting what I said, you can also chat it and say, yes, I'm getting this. Can we share the chat together? And then when you chat me, when I'm speaking, you get, you work out this and tell me, I'm chatting you now. Nobody is chatting. I hope they're getting me. Please, Doc Osaze, are you getting me, please?
Yeah, yes, I'm getting you.
Okay, thank you. But I want to be sure that with me. Now, I send a chat. I want you to go systempersonality.com. I want to follow it while listening to me. I want to know your type of personality at the end of the program. You tell me whether you are with me or not. Thank you. And then what you're hearing, you can be echoing it. For instance, you can type and tell me, oh, I'm also a graduate of IFE. I'm a graduate of Ibadan. I'm a graduate of ABU. I'm also Harvard trained. I'm also this. These are the kind of things. So this MBA. In MBA, you interact, you share experience, we form a network. And so you'll be telling me whether you're my parroquet, whether you're my alumni, whether you have been with me or you have done one day MBA somewhere before, or you even have a 1 year MBA or 2 year MBA or whatever. They say, graduate UJ. I can see UJ. Unfortunately, I'm a professorial assessor for University of George. So I've worked with University of George and then graduate MBA. So they're here. Yeah. Okay. You say, Kennedy, Mativa, you say I should continue. That's good. But Kennedy don't tell me, okay, I see MBA there. I was a senior lecturer at the Department of Accounting at the Ahmadu Bello University in Congo campus. So I'm seeing my student here, Ajayi Kroda Oyo. I've been to Ajayi Kroda in Oyo. I met the former vice chancellor. We shared experiences together. UNILAG is not my own, and I've not passed through UNILAG. Ekiti State University, yes. It used to be Osua. I think he said there. Kogi State is there. Wow, great. That means the caliber of people that are in this program, Dr. Osaze, is not a joke. You can see there. Well, I can see UJ as he comes. Why is UJ plenty? I think UJ, you cannot take the chance because if you are not this thing, UJ is trying to take the shot. Okay, Bauchi State, Bauchi State, is it ATB, Bauchi, and whatever, they're all there. Lasso is there. Thank you very much. Keep coming. Okay, let me continue now. I'm starting the lecture and the presentation immediately. If you look at it now, you see that what is the one-day MBA going to cover here? One, introduction to business and strategy. You see, why businesses fail if, of course, lack of strategy. When you have the business, you must find out the strategy. Don't forget, strategy is long-term and tactics is short-term. So what we are talking about here, we're talking about strategy, long-term survival of business, marketing and branding. How do you market? How do you brand? Don't forget, we're not talking about selling here. We're talking about marketing. And then finance and account. These are the agenda for one BBA. What if we don't have finance? How would they run the business? If we're not accountable, how will we run the business? Operation and supply chain, very important to understand the operation and supply chain, leadership and organizational behavior. It's not just manage. If you look at through, you won't see the word manage object, like finance, like accounting, like money, like instrument, like facility, but you need people. And then entrepreneurship, innovation, ethics and corporate social responsibility. Can you please tell me the area that you feel comfortable with? What area do you think has specialization out of these 7 areas? What is your specialty? I want to see it in the chat box. Please continue to send me the chat box. What's your specialty? What area are you interested in? What do you think you're better at? National Open University, there, Akungba, Koko, Owambe. Yes. Okay. Which area do you want? University of Port Harcourt, I can see other USA, graduate of Harvest College. Okay, USA. Plan. Well, wonderful, wonderful. Now, tell me, out of these 7 areas of MBA, what's the areas that you are more comfortable with? What's the area you think is likely to give a challenge that you are looking at? What are those areas? This is a theologian. Okay, you are a theologian. That's what they call the entrepreneurship theology. Entrepreneurship theology, language, and seeing your areas of tech. Well, wonderful. I want to say, now look at, don't forget this MBA is subsidized by Laplace. It's condensed knowledge. That's what we call it mastering business acumen. Condensed knowledge, networking opportunity, practical skill, cost-effective, updated content, flexible, motivational, inspirational, expert instruction, at one day MBA, after your name, and internationally recognized certificate. So you see, you are good to go. I want to be seeing your chart. I want to be seeing your chart. Chat me, because it's MBA, Mastering Business Acumen. We share experiences together. I'm not the only one to be talking. Well, who's finance and account? So fantastic. Leadership, okay. I'm seeing finance and account, branding, leadership. Oh, fantastic. Okay, I'm happy. This class is vibrant. It was probably the most vibrant class I've ever had in the center. Okay, we're good to go. So we continue like that. Look at the introduction to business strategy. I told you the first thing is to look at business as a strategy. Now, 3 levels of strategy. There's corporate strategy, there's business strategy, then there's functional strategy. We'll talk about corporate growth, stability, renewal, business, cost, leadership, differentiator, and the rest of them. And then you have others. This is functional. It's also the strategy. Strategy is what helps you to sustain a business and all that. So, not that, what do we mean? Business strategy is identified as a long-term action plan designed to attain a set objective or goal. It is described as the art and science of management, which is linked to cross-purpose decision in regard to achieving values and core competence. So, get the 3 C's. The 3 C's have to be with character. If you build strategy on faulty character, it will not last. The next is competence. When you're building strategy, you have the competence, 3 C. And then the last C is capacity. What can you carry? How much can you carry? There are people that cannot carry beyond 1 million. There are people that cannot carry beyond 2 million. There are people that cannot carry beyond 10 million. I did you win. I gave over 10 million, 1 million, 10 million to people. Some people could not. The 10 million destroy even marriage and destroy their life. So I believe that. So I want to know what they are following. What are the 3 C's and the 3 E's? The 3 E's has to do the experience, expertise, and exposure. Number 1, experience. Number 2, expertise. Number 3. So I want to see what I get the 3 C's and the 3 E's. If you don't get it, I will know. So let me get your content. Now, when we talk about business strategy, there are models, there are types, there are examples, and all that in business strategy. Uh, so when you look at the planning process in business strategy, because when we talk about strategy, well, first of all, you understand the competition you're dealing with. The market mix. How do you mix the market? Market stratification. For instance, what are the marketing challenges you're facing? How do you come out when the heat is hot? What are the objectives of your strategy? What vision are you bringing? What are the business planning processes? What are the marketing strategy you're bringing? So the business strategy is all encompassing. It's built on certain market trends and tools, which you need to apply to achieve strategic purposes. And then what are the, what is the business create? What drives the customer, the value, the profit, the bottom line? You have key function, operations, marketing, finance, human resources. And the human resources, the human angle to it. Let me once again look at your chart that we're putting together and we're marketing brand. The new chart they're getting, okay, marketing and leadership and saying, very good. Competence, character, no. Character first, please. Without character, your competence will be faulty. And then competence is after character, then capacity. What can you carry? Okay, don't forget that. Don't forget the E, expertise, experience, exposure. So I want to see the following, let us see. So don't put it different. I can see Chief Oladare Foshomo. Yes, you got it, but the arrangement is not okay. So you can do more of that, and then we're working together. Okay. This is it. And then if you look at next, you see that the enterprise, the business engaged. So what is a business? Don't forget that the first thing you need to understand to know what is a business is busy harnessing. Business is you are busy harnessing. You know, don't forget if a sole proprietor is not a business, it's self-employment. When you are running what you call a business, when you are not there, you cannot survive, then you are not in a business, you are self-employed. A business is a system that can run itself even when you are not there. So you take note of that. And what are the functions of business? Production. What are you producing? If you're running a school, you're producing manpower, you're producing human capital, you're producing human resources. What are you selling? What are you marketing? What are your finances like? What are your bottom line? What are your key financial parameters? How are they? What's your public relation? If you don't know how to have good public relation, you miss it. What are the research and development? How do you send people to go and find out what is going on? Or the good consultant. The consultant will help you in the business to see how the business is running and doing well. What are the functions? Internal function, external function, supporting function. There are people that are called to deal internally. The people at the arena. So those are the people that give the function, as you can see. Don't worry, these slides will be available for those who will be members of the family of the alumni. You get these slides, you go ahead, use it whatever you want and however you want to use it. So very, very important to see that. So functional areas, we mentioned that sales, administrative function and all that. All those key functions, you need to ensure that you have them on board. See function of business operation. I mentioned that you can see the key function. The office, there are people that their work is in office, they cannot go to the field, and there are others that we get. Then, if you look at, there is what to do, product or service, whatever you're doing, you must define whether you want to sell the product, you want to produce into manufacturing, or you want to provide services. Whichever one you do, actually the service sector is doing very, very well. And you can be a consultant operating in the service sector. So I define the business function You must be able to organize yourself very well to see the areas of business function we talk about. Now, the strategy, the business strategy and the teamwork. Now, how do you understand long-term planning? I said tactics is short-term, strategy is long-term. Corporate strategy dealing with a mission, competitive strategy, differentiating cost leadership, and whatever you need to do and to get this. This is very clear and what is strategy? And now, please, I want you to text me. Please don't copy what I put here. Write what you think is strategy to you. What is strategy to you? Strategy. What do you think is strategy? Can you tell me your strategy? If you like, you can Google. If you like, you can chat GPT. You can like whatever. But tell me what you think is strategy to you. What is your strategy? Strategy goal, strategy function, strategy vision, strategy mission. What are your strategy? Can you share that with me? I go to the listen and see those who are chatting me. If you're not chatting me, that means we're not together. And if we join the alumni, I'll be fighting you because I said I don't know you in the chat group. Because I called him, like for instance, I can call Ekundayo or Momi, Victoria, Victory. You are there. See, expertise. No. Expertise is the first. Yes, you got it. Then as far as your expertise, what you know, your experience, your exposure, correct. You can see somebody put character, competence, and all that. And that is that's Dick Collins. Dick Collins, fantastic. I'm happy with you. Dr. Precious, Delta State University teaching officer. Okay, you are an entrepreneurial doctor. That is good of you. Empathy, experience. Akinde Oyemite, you miss it too. It's not empathy. Well, empathy is good. Where if you are dealing with emotional intelligence, that is very good. And what you are doing is good. And I'm happy with the core long-term plans, correct? A plan for action strategy, a plan of action. Not just plan, even a short-term plan can also be planned. Most is long-term, strategy long-term. Strategy means show way, okay. Okay, show way, fantastic. Strategy, a calculated plan of action to attain to specific goal. Okay, make sure the goal, long-term goal. Always remember it's a roadmap, long-term roadmap. Use the road long-term. It's not short-term. It's not medium-term. It's long-term. Strategy is long-term, okay? Strategy is like the war, and then tactics is the battle. So when you are fighting a short battle, you use tactics. When you are fighting a long battle, it's war, a long-term war, use that. 3 C's not strategy refers to plan of action. No, make sure you use the word long-term, okay? Fantastic. Well, the good thing is that you people are active. I can see how active you are working with me. I'm very pleased about that. I can tell you that we are good to go and we are together in this game. Okay, that was a strategy. I mentioned corporate, business, and all that. And what is strategy? What strategy is not? It's not execution. It's not aspiration. It's not a vision. You can see tailored value chain, clear trade-off. There are sacrifices that need to be made to achieve long-term strategy. So you can see that this is very, very important. What is a business strategy? You can see we put it there, production strategy, different type of strategy that you can do. Get now, up to now, 16personality.com. I've not seen anybody sending a message to me on that. For now, maybe you have not gotten it, or maybe you're busy listening to me and busy chatting me. I think that's good. What's the difference between strategy and planning? I always want to hear from you because we're working together. You also will be presenting because if in the what to be doing in the alumni of the one-day MBA is for this to also do presentation, send proposal to present, and then you send that presenter to us to see how we're able to do a presentation. If you look at strategy and planning, there's a difference between them. Can you identify and chat me with the difference between strategy and planning? To see what they're telling me, the 6WHE, 1H of strategy, 6W1H of strategy. Do I chat you? Do I chat you and tell you so that you can see? Look at my chat result there. What am I saying? The 6W1H of strategy. I want you to tell me strategy. Okay? Okay, let me see. who can share, who can tell me the CW1H of strategy, CW1H principle or strategy. Nobody yet, nobody yet. Okay, let me continue. Waiting for you to chat me, okay? So that we can talk about that. I want to see you chatting me, okay? Step of strategy formulation. Number one, identify your objective. Number two, scan the environment. Number three, what formulate. Number four, implement the strategy. So then just after that, then evaluate the strategy. So you can see what the strategy is all about. You get up to now, I've not seen the 16 personality. The CW1H of strategy, I've not seen it. Okay, please, when you are writing, don't write too long. This is a short discussion. I may not have the time to read this thing, okay? When we're Australia, no, don't just say, we know what is the 6W1H is what, where, when, who, and how. But what are they? I want you to tell me not just the when, who, where, away. What are the strategy, listen, the 6W1H strategy. I want you to tell me what are the strategy, why strategy, when strategy, where strategy, which strategy, and then how strategy. That's what I'm looking for. Not just to just tell me the CW1H principle. It's not what I'm waiting to do to see. I think I can see more than that. I'm waiting to hear from you. Please, let's work together. Don't slow me down. I want to fast finish on time. Don't forget the 7 P's of strategy: position, perspective, plans, and what, and then pattern. So when you're looking at the strategy, you want to get to have the positional strategy. You want to position yourself very well. Perspective strategy, you want to look at the big picture. Plan strategy, you want to set some short-term goals that will help you to achieve the long-term objective. And then look at the patterns. Of course, you know that what AI working with pattern, it sees what patterns is all about, how to achieve that objective. Okay. So this is all we're saying. You have the type of corporate strategy. We share the benefit of corporate strategy. You see that helps you stay flexible, improve decision-making processes, and then gives direction. It's very, very important, all these functions. Corporate strategy, you can see the vision, the policy, the roadmap, the choices you make, and the parenting and whatever. And then why is corporate strategy important? The goals, the market, the SWOT analysis, and the rest of them, the then strategy. If you look at in the strategy, we look at the portfolio management, we look at the industry, we look at the analysis, the landscape, globalization. So you think big and other. 4 types, you look at the cost, the focus, the leadership, differentiation, and the niche you want to carve in your strategy advantage. So the important question is how to develop competitive strategy. Target the market, analyze the industry, determine the sources of competition, and formulate your objective. So we have done a lot of strategy, case study, brand, the rest. So marketing and branding, so that we don't waste more time. I can see some people look at branding and marketing. What's the difference? I want you to chat me. What do you think is the difference between branding and market? Purpose, product, consistency, price, emotion, promotion, flexible, please. And so you look at some of the things about marketing and the branding, there's a difference. You brand your product, when you're giving your branding, you go with emotion in the minds of people. There's loyalty there that people can see and work about that. So very, very important. Now, branding, marketing, I've mentioned that. What are the fundamentals of marketing? Fundamentals of marketing, you can see the core concept: targeting, positioning, this market segmentation, market targeting, market positioning. All these are there. The 4 pieces of marketing mix. We'll talk about the product, the price, the promotion, and the place to deal with the marketing. Market segmentation. What is it? Geographical, demographic, that's look at the age and geographical, look at the area, northwest, northeast, north, south, psychological, values, goal, need, the overall, making purchasing habits and all that, and what have you. And then if you look at the segmentation, we've also shared that market size, we discussed that, we see that just give you diametrical representation so that you'll be able to catch, what I say. They mention benefits. What are the benefits? You have the benefit there outlined, tailor-made, determine the market opportunity, product development, determine the product pricing, target market. What are we talking about? And then it shows that you're able to differentiate the market. Then you decide which area to concentrate on, and then you talk about those targeted area of your marketing segmentation, differentiating market, positioning, and if we can see there and all that. I mean, let me stop here. Let me go to your chart and see marketing positioning and see what you have been doing for me, what you're doing, and yeah, I want to see your cooperation, your building, your differentiation in some of the things that will tell you what are you coming up with, what are you doing for me, and how are you doing it. Okay, we talk about financial statement, but look at the chart, okay? Map, yes. Okay, Alfred Badu, strategic today, very good. Alfred Badu, strategic planning, Ekundayo, Obu Victor, again, you have scored again 2 points already. Strategy method to achieve, it says 6W, it's not C. Maybe you are not getting it. It's 6. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, not C. Okay? If you don't get it right, you get. That is Ezekiel Adejo. Please check whether it's 6, not C. Strategy a way to plan. That's what sometimes I type, and I type it, not that I read it. I wrote the 6W1 HWSO principle there, and then you'll be able to see it. Fadlo Dun, Olugwebi, Olutosin, Motirio, but I could be there. I could be there. Now, yes, I'm seeing strategic plan, branding. Okay, very well. Thank you very much. You are not doing party. Thank you for your contribution. Very well. You mean up to now, nobody has given me a simple analysis brand? Is it when I finish, you will now be telling me, okay, if you don't get it, no problem. But you tell me the kind of entrepreneur you'd like it to be. So make sure the financial statement. What are the key things? Financial statement. The income statement, the revenue, the expenses, the profit. That's the income we want to see. Balance sheet. What are assets? What are liabilities? And the rest of them. Cash flow, operating, expenses, and what have you. You need to get that, and then we know you are following. So make sure these are 3 different things. Where is the money come from? Operation, investing, and financing, maybe loans and what have you, okay? So you need to know these things. These are basic things. Even if you have a chartered accountant or a scattered accountant or a chartered accountant, 3 types of accountant. There's a chartered accountant, those who do nothing but accounting function, auditing, accounting, bookkeeping, and other, purely accounting. There's the scattered accountant, the combined accounting function, and some other things. Then the chartered accountant, people have abundant accounting. They become chartered. They are professional accountant, but they're abandoning and they're doing something. So tell me the 3 types of accountant that I've mentioned. Can you type it for me? Let me see. What are the 3 types of accountant that we have? Let me see whether you're following me, whether you know what I'm doing and all that. What are the 3 types of accountants that you have? Good. Okay. So you must learn the financial statement. They're very important in business. Key component financial statement, we mentioned it, we give you so that you see what is there. Balance sheet, we have mentioned it, the income statement, the financial statement. Now, why is financial statement important? Because it's once you don't get your money function right, you miss it entirely. Once the financial statement is not quite clear, I beg you that, when you're running a business, there are people that are very important in your business. The accountants are good. They help you. Even if you're an accountant yourself, you need to get people to also look at the other side. And then you need lawyers. They'll be able to help you in your business, to file returns, to help you, all that. And then you need consultants, to give you information flow, and then to help you in business development plan and what have you. So ratios. we have different type of ratio, liquidity ratio, profitability ratio. Are you making profit or not? What are the margin and all that and all that? You need to get all this also. Are you doing well? Can you achieve the maximum with the minimum? That's also efficient, not effective. Okay, you are making profit, you're effective, but you're making profit at how much? How much are you making per 1 naira? How much is the cost you incur per 1 naira? How much look-it is available so that you can leverage on and the rest of them on what they feel. And please, let me tell you, there's nothing you cannot know. You can Google, you can YouTube, you can TikTok, you can ChatGPT, anything you can know it. But the purpose of coming here, you want to leverage on experience that some of us are getting so that you know. So you can see ratio of important coefficient and important statistics. Data is oil. If you have the data and do very well, you see the result. So you have your financial resource, allocate resources to meet strategic goals. Don't forget, we'll talk about strategy. If you are not allocating very well, you meet those goals entirely. Okay? What are the key steps for resource allocation? Actually, data, very important, relevant information. Constraint, analysis, dependency, estimate. You must do that very well. Managing limited resources are also key in financial decision making. If you do it very well, you are good to go, and then you do the break-even analysis. You look at fixed cost, price minus variable cost, selling price minus variable cost. You get it. Break-even analysis, we share it. You know how to compute that. These are financial ratios that are very important to do. Supply chain. Don't forget, supply chain is very important. How do we get from one place to the other? How do you go to logistics? Very, very important. Transportation. How do you transport the goods? How do you market the goods? How do you reach from one end to the other? Very important. Okay. Your personality, I repeat again, is 16 personalities, not personality. 16 personalities, okay? Olubimi, Dr. Popos, okay, is personality. .com, not personality, not it's plural. Personal system, personalities.com. Okay, so you try it again. Maybe you do not get it. So I've reposted it. You see it and give me the reason. So we're about to end now. I cannot continue to the supply chain. Make sure you know where your supplies are coming on. Sorry, look at the chain. Look what the mid-side people on the road to your supply. You make sure you get it. So you look at this of the chain of supply. You look at where do you have problem with the chain, so that you will not be overspending to get your supply from. Okay, the source, the make, the delivery, the return. So you see, that's what they say. It's a chain. Okay, you plan. Where are you getting for the source? Who are the makers? Who will deliver it to you? And how will they return to the sender? Okay, supply chain, very important. Leadership and organizational behavior. So we're about to round up now. Types of leadership style. There are leaders transformational. They inspire. Servant leadership, they support the team. Transactional performance driven. They're interested in the result. Effort don't count, result do, and all that. So we have those categories and their character, the competency, what they can do and what they cannot do. Very important. You see, the transactional focus on goal. Transactional focus on your life transformation. But everybody has his own style, and there are theories to deal with that, and there are approaches to deal with that. Pros and cons. We also have the pros and cons, the challenges, and what have you when we're doing that. There's also a servant leadership. As I told you, a servant leader, interested in supporting and helping others to achieve. What type of leadership style do you want to go. You can search for it, and then you can come out with it. Then motivation theories will have the hierarchy of needs, Maslow, the Herzberg, the expectancy theory, self-determination, and the rest of them. So you have that. They will have the theories of motivation, which you have shared together. Maslow need, fulfillment, and what have you, Herzberg theory, hygiene factors, and the rest of them, and what have you. And then these are areas that you need to build your team, your competency. Then there's emotional intelligence. We talk about it, emotion, how to transmutate your emotion into productive venture to make them better for use. And then how to strengthen your emotional skill, entrepreneurship and innovation. You cannot run business without being an entrepreneur and being innovation, bringing out new things every time. Opportunity, resilience, and so on and so forth. See characteristics of the entrepreneur mindset. Seeing and crafting opportunity, turning ideas into action, leading the way, using resources smartly, managing risks, and collaboration with other people and other. These are the entrepreneurship mindset that you need to build. You need to get those mindsets. The key for that, cultural support, government support, what we call the triple headache. You join intellectual academics like me, a professor, and then you also work with the government and you work with the private sector. So we are a private sector, whatever it is, then you need to collaborate to partner with other people so that can achieve your goal. Very important. Don't have a fixed mindset, have a good mindset. And that is very, very important. Market research, business plan, you must know how to write business plan. If you don't know, there are videos you can watch to do the business plan. And then, but you can get a consultant and say, hey, Mr. Write a business plan to acquire this money. There are various funding programs that you need to leverage to be able to achieve your goal. And then you craft that. Okay. There are methodology, test and landscape based on field. These are some of the things you can develop and grow as a startup. Then startup cycle, idea, build, experiment, measure, data, and then continue learning about. So if you learn, you are better for it. It is a corporate responsibility. We round up here now. So far, business ethics. Don't forget, if you want to sustain yourself in business, your customers must trust you. They must know that you are reliable. You must be morally upright, be overly sound, principle of breaking. You must develop trust. You must be responsible and reliable. Then you become the first choice in business. Okay? So make sure you're in business, good behavior, and honesty and truth. Those are things. And if you have it, you're better. Social responsibility. One of the things you can do in your business is to support. You must do social responsibility. We call it community service. You can serve the community. From the profit you're making, you take a little bit and help the community and serve them and provide some facilities. You can build road. I used to build road. I've helped bring street lights in my street, and also I've tagged some roads like that. I've done it. So you need to do all those corporate social responsibility. Very, very important. And then you are good to the other. Okay. Now I round up with this, and then what are the 4 P's of marketing? Define break-even analysis. Name 3 leadership tribes you have studied. Let me see anybody who can get this quickly on the chat board. So meanwhile, you have my profile here. You go through it and then you look at it, and then you see the little I've achieved in my little career as a scholar, as a World Bank consultant, and all that. I want to say thank you for listening. My best wishes is there are 1 or 2 questions we can entertain with you. But before I go, let's look at systempersonalities.com. Nobody has thought anything about it as yet. Yes, I thank you for following me, but let me see. I gave a quiz. Nobody has answered that quiz as yet. If you answer the quiz, I'm done for today. Okay? This is the quiz again. What are the 4Ps? What define break-even point analysis? What are three leadership styles that I've mentioned already? Who can give me that? Nobody again. 4Ps, yes, correct. You get it. Who is this person? Glory Chinenye. Glory Chinenye. Ndeo. None. You got the glory. Others, 4Ps of marketing. Yes, you have share it there. You can share with us. Don't forget, setting of professor is not correct. Kennedy, Mativa, professor spelling is not correct. So you do it very well, and then we'll go. So let me see. Look at, you see what the keys again. The piece of marketing, break-even point, leadership style. Why are you just interested in 4Ps? What are the leadership style and the rest of them? I want to say, well done, and thank you very much. Let's see if we have question. Permission to go out. Okay. Uh, if you are following me, can you wave your hand? Put your video and wave your hand and say yes. Even if you don't speak, wave your hand like this and say yes. So I hand over to Dr. Osaze. Dr. Osaze, we have spent some time now. We are moving towards above our hour. So let me see your hand as you're seeing my hand and greet me. I greet you. I say, well done. Thank you very much. You are doing very well. I clap for you. I say, hey, well. Okay, we are good to go. Dr. Osaze, sir.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. I want to say thank you. It is good. We've got to hear from you once again. It's always a wonderful experience listening to you. And I believe that we're going to digest all we've had tonight as we move on to the next speaker. Thank you. I want to call on Dr. Efionayi Prosper to give us his own side of the class tonight. Over to you, Dr. Efionayi.
Is someone there?
Yes.
Did you see him?
Yes, he's there.
Okay. But let him
Doctor, over
respond.
to you, yeah.
Yeah, good evening, everyone.
Dr. Prosper, are you there? I greet you.
Yes, I am, Prof. Good evening, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. I remain loyal, sir. Dr. Osaze, good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, everyone. Good to see you tonight. My name is Efionayi Osa Prosper, and I count myself a great privilege to be doing this with you. And I am too aware it has to do with one day MBA. May I say that every one of us here is into business, or we have the potentials of going into business with time. So whether or not we like it, we can't run away from being doing business or businesses. And it's the way forward to entrepreneurship, is the way forward to prosperity, and it is the way forward to productivity. This evening, I'm going to be doing some modules. We're going to go through, I will try not to discuss what Prof has lectured or has discussed, though I joined at about 8:10. I was busy elsewhere. However, I'm going to look at a few things that affect the kind of business we do. And one of those things I'll be discussing this evening is interpersonal skills. Interpersonal skills. Just a minute, please. Let me put the my screen. To confirm if you can see what is on the screen, please.
Yeah, I can see.
Okay, I want to let us know to let us know that one of the things that guarantees success in business is our relationship with our stakeholders. I repeat again, one of the things that can guarantee a businessman or a businesswoman success is the ability to relate well with your stakeholders. Your stakeholders basically are internal and external stakeholders. Those working with you in your organization are termed internal stakeholders. Those ones you are working with, whether they are your superiors or subordinates, they are your internal stakeholders. And the other ones you relate with, who are external, if you like, call them customers. Customers, well, yes, some of them are not really customers, some of them are regulators. For example, you are into buying and selling, or rather you're into water business. The regulatory industry for water is in our own country here has to do with NAFDAC, or the health industry. They are customer to an extent, customer in the sense that because you render service to the public, they are called, you call them customers, but these customers are regulators. But strictly, I would prefer to call them external stakeholders. Yes, it's easier to control your internal stakeholders than external stakeholders. So interpersonal skills is what we're going to look at now. In looking at interpersonal skills, if you don't mind, is also called human relations. Human relations. Whether we call it human relations or internal state, whether we call them human relations or interpersonal skills, they are one and the same. Interpersonal, that is between you and someone else. Human relations, the same thing. So I want to look at how do we relate. Definitely, I have come across and I have heard so many people saying, Mr. A does not know how to speak, does not know how to communicate, does not know how to relate well with his clients, with his stakeholders, with his customers. And if you don't know how to maintain a good relationship with your stakeholders, you begin to lose them. And when you lose them, where do they go? When you lose your customers, permit me to say, they are going to meet your own competitors. Those ones who are doing the same line of business with you, you find your customers going to meet with them. Strictly, we're going to be looking at some factors that promote interpersonal skills. We're also going to look at some bad habits that can also demote, that can make a business not to do well. And all of these, whether they are good or bad, they are influenced by character, whether they are positive or negative. So first, what exactly is human relations? It simply means our ability to work with others. Now, human relations deal with the way and manner a person the way we relate with people, whether they are good or whether they are bad. It is my expectation that as you go into business, or as you relate in business, you'll be able to relate with people and relate very well and achieve success. And in doing this, you'll be guaranteed of income, increased income. You'll be guaranteed of X. I'm trying to change my direction. Just give me some minutes, please. Okay, sorry, I was trying to change my direction. I was trying to define what interpersonal skills is all about. Ability to relate well with people at work. So our inability to relate well with people can cause us, make us to lose these customers. And when we lose these customers, indirectly, it affects our profit, whether it is gross profit or net profit. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to ask yourself this question, very, very important. How have you been dealing with your customers? Have you been adding more customers to the number of client base you have? Or have you been doing poorly? If you are doing poorly, it is time to think of a positive change that will help you do very well in business. So in a nutshell, we cannot do without interpersonal skills. Hello, are you still with me? Hello, please.
Yes, we are with you.
Okay. Oh, sorry, please. Thank you. So there are many definitions in connection with human relations, but like I said earlier, just the way Amana will deal with the people that work with us and those who relate with who are external. Again, your intelligence alone, your level of intelligence is not enough, it's not sufficient enough to guarantee your success in business. One of the skills, one of the things that guarantee your success, as you can see on the screen, personal relation skills contribute to 85% of someone's success or a leader's success at work. 85% ability to relate to greeting them very well, helping them to carry the things they bought from you and every other thing. So bad human relations, examples of bad human relations are when you see a business merchant, when you see an individual insulting the daylight, insulting his customer, or trying to argue unnecessarily, it simply means that a manager possesses bad interpersonal skills. Others are disrespect, inability to control our emotions, especially anger, mockery, sadness. When a businessman, when a businesswoman is unable to control his temper, it simply means it's not going to have customers, and his client base will begin to reduce. There is also what we call pessimism. Pessimism here means is the opposite of being optimistic. Optimism is the opposite of pessimism. Pessimism is a situation where you don't see good in others. You look down on others. You don't see anything positive about them. And I'm happy we're going to look at what I have termed positive mental attitude. Positive mental attitude. So for us to succeed in business, for us to do well in business, we must clothe ourselves. We must have the mentality of being optimistic all the time, no matter the situation we find ourselves, no matter how hard or tough the economy may be. Being optimistic is one of the things that can guarantee us of success. And these are skills, or these are attributes to interpersonal skills. Now, the other one, a bad one now, gossips. You try to pull people down. You don't see good in anyone. Unpleasantness, defensiveness, unhealthy arguments. It is good to argue, but argue with wisdom, argue with fact, argue with the right mentality in the right environment. The moment you have an unhealthy argument is a situation where the argument generates into quarrel, into bitterness, as if both parties are about to start a fight. Confrontational. All of these are bad examples of bad interpersonal skills. And bad interpersonal skills does not pay anyone at work. Now, what should we do about people, or we should know about people? If you really want to do well in business, you must know the people you serve, and you know how to serve them. People are not always the same. They are usually different. Some are nice, some are jovial, some are humorous, and some are not. Some are highly placed, but you may not know it. You may not notice that from their looks. etc. These are so many. I mean, we have so many ways of identifying people. I will send the short copy to you soon. Now, how do we improve? How do we improve on our interpersonal skills in business? One of the things we do is to smile. Some people don't know how to wear a smile. If you don't know how to wear a smile, from this day, I want to suggest to you, start thinking of how to smile towards your customers, towards your friends, towards your associates. However, where there is need for discipline, that is to your own internal staff now, to your own internal stakeholders, your staff, why not? But to your customers, definitely, you need to put on a smile. You must be approachable. We must always appreciate people. Whether it is a kind gesture or a big one, you must always appreciate. Pay attention to others. Practice active listening. When you are standing before your customers, you must listen to them. We must not be distracted. Again, we must try to bring people together and resolve conflicts early. We communicate clearly, have a very good sense of humor. One of the skills that can guarantee your success in business is to be humorous, having a good sense of humor. See it from the other side of people, from other people's perspective. Try to avoid complaining unnecessarily. Then how do we build our relationship with people? We must develop our people skills, learn from others. The good thing you see in others, you just have to learn. Identify your relationship needs. Do we have any area in our lives that make people to run away from us? They will need to step up. Otherwise, that character or habit of yours you exhibit could hinder people not to come to you. So many things to discuss with respect to building a good work relationship. Now, some strategies that will help you improve on your interpersonal skills. Get close to people. Get close to people. Get to know who they are. That will help you. Number two, get books. Get books that are connected to interpersonal skills. Books that discuss human relation skills. This will help you, and it will help to increase your leadership skills as well. Like we said initially, always wear a smile, be willing to assist people, learn to throw some reasonable jokes as and when due. So always control your temper. There is no individual that does not get angry. Anger is part of life. But what keeps you going, what makes you to succeed in business and in managing people is that when they offend you or whichever way it goes, you just put in your best to manage your anger and don't let it have control over you. You should be the one that will be in control. And if you offend others as a leader, as an entrepreneur, when you offend others, find it very easy to apologize. This is one thing most people don't do early enough. With due respect to you all, it is often said that men don't apologize. But I want to humbly say here that we should do everything we can to always apologize to people, especially when we offend others, your customers in particular. There are some powerful statements in human relations that people take for granted. One, appreciation. If you don't mind, thank you. I am sorry. Please, could you? Please, may I? These three phrases, thank you, I am sorry, please, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, you just need to learn how to imbibe by this word or these phrases. This will help you a great deal in your business. This is where I would like to stop human relations skills. That will now move me to what I will term excellent service delivery. Excellent service delivery. Whether you are in business or you are in government or you are an employee, whether you are an employee or you are an employer of labor, definitely you have something you have to sell to people. And whatever you are going to sell to people, they could be tangible, they could be intangible. When they are intangible, it means that you are selling things people cannot see, people cannot hold. They are not physical as such. Like what I am doing now, I'm rendering a service to us. I'm trying to pass a lecture to us. The lecture I'm passing across to us is intangible. You can't see it. You can't see. You can only hear me. You cannot hold it. So I'm rendering services to you all. So the services I am rendering to you all, it could be good, it could be bad. So in addition to human relations we just looked at, excellent service delivery is key. How do you deliver? It must not just be good. It must be more than being good. It must be excellent. And what is excellence? Excellence is the highest quality of any grade. The highest quality of any grade. Academically, the highest grade in academics I know is A. When somebody says he made an A in a particular course, it simply means he got the best, and that to some extent is distinction. So what you do in your business, you must consider yourself as somebody who is rendering quality services. Quality services. When you render quality services, you don't even need to go to the television or social media form to create awareness. The awareness you've already created or you are creating, simply it is the service you are delivering. Top-notch, powerful service. Now, skills needed in managing customers. Some skills are needed in managing customers. I think I have to say something here. Who is a customer? A customer in business is somebody who needs your service. I repeat again, a customer is somebody who needs your service. And the reason why you need the reason why you are in business, it is because you have expectation for customers. Your customer is the money you are looking for. I repeat again, your customer or your customers, they are the money you are looking for. Your customer is your hope in business. Your customers are your social investments. With your customers, you succeed. Without customers, you close down your business. So what do you do to your customers? You render excellent or powerful service or services. So I will just pick a few things here of certain skills that are needed in businesses. Before then, what exactly is service? I have said this before. Service is the sum total of what an organization does to meet customer expectation and produce customer satisfaction. I take that again. Service is the sum total. Everything you do in an organization to meet the needs of your customer, not just meeting their needs, but meeting their expectation with a view to satisfying or producing customer satisfaction. We have gone past the era where we think of customer satisfaction. We are now in the era of customer exceeding customer expectation. Yes, when you exceed customer expectation, it simply means you have done more than satisfaction. In addition, customer is anything we do to any, or service is anything we do to any customer, one, that is reliable, reassuring, and this must be through courtesy, competence, and makes you look good, empathetic, and responsive. This is our job. This is our job. So, dear friends, dear colleagues, your job as an entrepreneur is not just to provide services, but to make sure you exceed customer expectation. Exceed customer expectation. I have a service promise for you. I have a service promise for you, and this is my philosophy. Just listen to this as it is seen on your screen. Dear valued customers, it is your right to be served by our organization professionally, efficiently, and promptly. Ladies and gentlemen, what does this connote? It simply means that anytime, whether it's a young man, you are older than the customer, or the customer is older than you in age and in everything, they have the rights. They have the right to be served. And that right is that you must serve them diligently, professionally, efficiently, and promptly. Now, who is a good servant? Or who is a servant? A servant is somebody who serves. A servant is somebody who delivers. A servant is somebody who dispatches goods, items to an expected customer. Now, what are the attributes expected of a customer? One, it must be committed in service. It must be committed in service delivery. A good customer, a good servant must be committed in service delivery. A good customer must be attitudinal, positive in attitude. It must be relational, good relationship with people. It must be effective and efficient, and it must be willing to serve. Because of time, who are these customers? Customers are everywhere. They are everywhere. Those who patronize you and those thinking of whether or not they should patronize you, they are your customers. Like I said earlier, they are also called stakeholders because they are concerned or they have interest in the business you do. But wait a minute. Should a customer always be first? Should a customer always be first? In my opinion, the customer, yes, the customer must always be first. If the customer must always be first, why must he always be first? He should always come first because your services and products are designed to suit his need, to meet his needs. One, he has a need. Because the customer has a need, he wants to patronize you, then he has a job. The customer has a need, he has a job. For example, someone who runs a restaurant, the reason why the person opens a restaurant or an eatery, it is because the individual knows that he's going to have customers. And what is the need of those who patronize restaurants? Their need is to satisfy their hunger, to quench their hunger. And if the man who sells or the woman who sells in the restaurant has the ability and knowledge to satisfy the stomach, what they call stomach infrastructure, to satisfy the stomach of the individuals or customers who patronize him or patronize her, definitely he has gotten a job and he has gotten a customer. So if you have customers, it means you have a job. If you have no customers, it means you have no job. Definitely you can't consume your items or your goods yourself. Just like I am doing now, I am delivering a lecture. I am not just I can't consume it myself because it's not going to help me. But the only way it can help me is that if I serve very well, I am sure I'm going to get some honorarium. So the customer has a need, and because he has a need, we have a job. Number two, the customer has a choice. And because the customer has a choice, we must be the only choice, or we must be the best choice, not just better choice, the best choice. You must not make your customer feel they have choices to make elsewhere. There are some persons, if you go to some shops, you want to buy an LG television set, say for example, a 70-inch television set, a very big one at that, and the person does not have, the marketer does not have, he will just tell you, oh, please hold on, let me go to the inner shop, I will get it for you. Simply, he does not want to release you to go elsewhere, because if he releases you to go elsewhere, the person who sells you next could be a better choice and he will never come to you again. This is the reason why you must be the best choice to your potential customer or customers as it were. Now, your customer is very sensible to needs. Because he's sensible, we must be considerate We must be considerate and must be flexible. He has urgency. Because he has urgency, we must be very sharp. We must be very smart and quick in meeting his needs. It's just like many years ago when we were always going to the bank to queue because we need the bankers to meet our needs. Those days are almost gone now. Most people don't no longer go to the bank again because everything you do in the bank, you can do through your phone, through ICT, through your computer. So why go to the bank? So the customer has an urgency. We must be quick about his services. He's unique. Because he's unique, he's special, we must be flexible. If you are very rigid in business, there's no way you can succeed. You cannot succeed. Sometimes you just all the time you must be flexible to meet the needs of your customer, because you must build your product around the tastes of your customers. Your customer has high expectations. Because they have high expectations, we must excel. We must exceed their expectations. We must exceed their expectation. There is no negotiation, because that's the only way you can outdo your customers. When your customers, sorry, you can outdo your competitors rather. When your customers knows that you are the only one that can give them what they want, you can give them quality, you can give them the best, which is excellence rather, they don't have choice than to patronize you and keep patronizing you. When a customer remains with you for a long time and he has no reason why he should leave you, it simply means you have created what is called customer loyalty. Customer loyalty. It will even help you to bring other customers to your business. Women are very good when it comes to this area. Yes. Before I make progress, Anthony, your hand is up. Can we hear you, please? Anthony, you are muted. Let's hear you. Okay, I will make progress.
Just go ahead. We can hear you.
Oh, okay. How do customers evaluate service quality? Every customer that meets with you, whether you run a big business or a small business or a medium scale business, definitely they have their own KPIs, key performance indicators they use in rating your service or rating the product or things you sell. But I have a generic one. I have a general way of evaluating services, the service you render. The first one I consider here is reliability. Reliability. What does it mean? Do you deliver on promises? If you deliver on promises, it means you are reliable. If you deliver on promises, it means you are reliable. The next one is assurance. Assurance, what does it connote here? It simply means knowledge, courtesy, ability to convey trust, competence, and confidence. If you have this ability, it means you are guaranteeing assurance. That is why you will see some organizations, they have as in their core values, they have assurance as one of it. I mean, one of their core values is assurance. Tangibles. What are tangibles? The things you see around the premises of that business. Are they good? Are they fascinating? Are they things that will make you to come? So I want to humbly say here, you may not have the big building, but you must do your best that to make sure that your business is such that your business environment is such that when one patronizes you, is interested in coming again and again and again and again. So your facilities must be clean. Your facilities must be far better than those of your competitors. You should be able to provide some level of comfort. You should be able to provide some, I mean, everyone who works for you, it's your responsibility in ensuring that they look good, they look attractive to your customers. Permit me to say here, you see, if you move into the banking hall, any bank you go to, look at the young men and young ladies you see at the customer desk.
Okay, are you there? Dr. Prosper is hanging. I'm sure it's network. Let's give him some time to reconnect. Okay, over to you, Professor Seth.
Okay. While we're waiting for that, can I take some questions, if any, as we're waiting for it? Questions, if any? Raise your hand. Okay. Is there nobody? Okay.
Tina Jones, she has a question. It's Ismail.
Okay.
Kuma, please introduce yourself.
Tina Jones, Ismail Kuma. Okay.
Where you are speaking from, and or your location. I'll make your question very brief, please, so that we can just attend to as many as possible. Over to you, Tina Jones.
Yes, thank you. I'm Tina Johnson from the United States. Thank you for providing this excellent training. I wanted to find out, are we able to get a copy of the recording or the slide deck or anything for those of us wanting to follow up and re-review this pertinent and information and learnings today? Thank you.
Okay. Yes, we've stated that earlier on that you're going to get a recorded copy of this program and the slides. However, it's going to be made available to those in the alumni, which means those that we have the certificate, they'll be added to alumni. So it comes automatically, it comes with your certificate on your dashboard. So it's always going to be there for you. So for sure, you're going to get it. Okay. I want to believe I've responded to you. The next person is Ismail Kuma Kwame Agbo. Over to you.
All right, thank you and good evening. This is Ishmael from Ghana. Yeah, my question have to do with African businesses. Now, I don't know if the professor can somehow eliminate or give us information as to where African businesses are not moving the way we should. Because what all that learning, we have professors in Africa so much knowledgeable in a business acumen, but the African businesses are not taken to that level.
Okay. Let's direct this to Professor Seth. Though Dr. Efionayi is around, probably he will respond to you and maybe one more person, then over to Efionayi, so that we can round up for the night. Over to you, Professor.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, sir. After I finish this question, we'll take README RMX. Always write your name properly so that we'll be able to identify you. Let me tell you, we cannot draw conclusion that African business doesn't prosper. Just a few days ago, the richest man in Africa coming from Nigeria met with Donald Trump in Saudi Arabia. He was introduced to Donald Trump as the richest man in Africa. He was able, and there are many, many businesses in Africa that has prospered, particularly in Nigeria, in South Africa. The DSTV we're using is from South Africa, and there are some Egyptian businesses, there are Nigerian businesses. One of the telecommunication industry that are successful in Nigeria and South Africa and Zimbabwe, they are all known. But it's a fraction percentage of what is obtainable globally. In Africa, we have poor culture of business governance architecture. If we look at this PHG, pull him down syndrome, is phenomenon in African context. Ghana and Nigeria are known to have some PhD holders. Pull him down syndrome that your own you want to bring it. We like to cut corners in Nigeria instead of an Africa entirely. Instead of doing the right thing, I'm a visit Ghana severally. I've gone to Dogon. I've gone to what's the name now? The hotel there. I've been to Ghana a few times. So you see that culture, business culture, let me help you succeed, is not there. That's one other thing. And then we have a transitional deficit. For instance, the generation that will take over, succession planning is poor in the African context. So that's why you can hardly see businesses that are over 100 years old in Africa. Look at Coca-Cola, look at Lexus, look at Toyota, look at the rest of if you look at Rolls-Royce in the UK and the rest of them. So you will see that these businesses have lasted 500 years, 200 years. Look at the Premier League. You see clubs, Manchester United, Chelsea, they've been there in the 1980s and 1970s and all that. But I can tell you, I grew up to meet Nwanyao National. I grew up to meet Abiola Bays. I grew up to meet the ones that see fairly surviving today is BBC London Ogoko, the Lobby Stars, and then TOSC. So these are the things that Accra Ark of Hope, with the proverb that never say die until the bones are rotting, is well known. So these are the challenges that we're facing in Africa. When we put our act together, we can compete surely with the rest of us. So Ismaili, I believe your question has been well answered, and I thank you very much. I think for now, let's listen to Prosper. Please, Prosper, you just round up, and then so that we can close for today. It's already after 9. Normally, 7:30 to 9:30, we should round up, and everybody will go. So we want to thank everybody for coming. Dr. Osaze, you are doing a great job. We want to appreciate you greatly, and we thank you very much. So I hand over to Dr. Prosper is around, and after that, Dr. Osaze, you take over and round up. Thank you for the day. We are grateful.
Thank you, sir. Okay, Dr. Prosper, welcome back. I'm sure you were preparing to round up for the day so that we can close for the night. What do you
can unmute yourself.
Okay.
Dr. Prosper, unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Prof, I'm so grateful. Thank you, Dr. Osaze. I think I should be able to conclude in the next 15 minutes. But to conclude, I want to do this
if you can make it less than that. If you can make it, we want to close by 9:30.
Yeah, 9:30. Yes, yes. I will do that, sir.
Okay.
There is an awareness I'm trying to I'll be trying to pass across to organizations I have had training with. And like you can see on the screen, I have a paper titled Workplace Mental Health. Workplace Mental Health. And I've discovered over time that people who go about their businesses don't take proper care of their health at all. Their physical health, emotional health, and every other thing relating around their health. But briefly, I will just do an awareness of mental health. I have seen people who go into business at the end of the day, someone who once had positive mental attitude, you see the person misbehaving and doing things irrationally. And because some of us, we don't really take care of our health. Everything is business, business, from morning till evening, business, business, business. It's not too ideal. It's not the proper thing to do. Whether or not we like it, the brain requires rest. The body system requires rest as well. Quickly, I will just read a few things from my slide. Employee mental health is a topic of growing concern everywhere, and mental health issues can result in unfavorable results. May I say here, when someone's health in terms of mental health degenerates, the business will remain, but the individual will not be there to manage the business. So it is normal, it is the right thing to do, that we do things that will not affect our health. Now, quickly, what exactly is health? According to the World Health Organization in 2006, they define health as a state of complete physical, mental, or social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. So once you are socially okay, mentally okay, and physically okay, it means your well-being is in order. But for want of time, what are those things that I really want to bring before us? Especially, we experience them at work, and some of these examples of mental health disorders are distress, anxiety, burnout, depression, schizophrenia, psychotic disorder, phobias, obsessive compulsive disorder. The list is endless. Now, I will pick on depression, then I will conclude. What is depression? Depression is a state where one is looking moody, is looking dejected and rejected as a result of things he has experienced, and is not looking happy. If you do a research on depression, you discover that depression is the most common amongst all mental health disorder, and it's suicidal. I've seen a few persons who lost their lives as a result of depression. Business, the next thing he does is to take some tablets and send himself to the other world. Phobia has to do with fear. Fear brings what we call high blood pressure, and high blood pressure can lead to cardiac arrest. There are other ones. Uncontrolled anger. When someone is battling with uncontrolled anger, you see some persons using their teeth to beat, to use their teeth as an instrument of discipline, using cutlass and machete to beat an individual, using name them. These are examples of things sometimes people go through.
Okay. Thank you. I think we may have to. It's hanging once again. I'll hand over to Professor Seth, so that let's call this a day. The slides will be sent to the alumni group or directly to your dashboard. For those of you that will get the certificate, you get the slide and get the recorded video. Thank you. Over to you, Professor Seth. I'm sure you want to call this a day.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Dr. Osaze. Let me appreciate you for the good work you're doing. But let us say that the MBA program is not an event, it's a journey. We expect you to enroll and acquire a certificate to add to your credential of readiness for entrepreneurship and for other things. You are to join the alumni and get a certificate, then you have access to the presentation and you have access to question, you have access to get support for your entrepreneurship journey, for your business, for your work, and even anything academic. If you want to do masters or PhD, we can help you at no cost because you are alumni. Alumni is a network of professionals that have one thing in common to achieve and to succeed. So we look forward to joining the alumni by gaining their certificate and also get the details of when you collect the slides, you are still free to ask questions, to chat us, to reach out to us, who can help you. And if you are having challenges in your business and any difficulty, get in touch with us. We'll also help you with our network of support, and it's at no cost to you. So join our alumni today. We are good to go. So Tina Jones, I will see you. You have all access to the slide and all those that are here. Ishmael, the Ghanaian man, look forward to seeing you in Ghana. And the rest of you, look forward to seeing you all over. My best wishes. Bye-bye. Best good luck. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Professor Seth. Thank you, Dr. Prosper. Thank you, everybody. Regardless of where you're watching from or you joined from, we are happy to have you. We are building a very massive network of entrepreneurs worldwide, and you should be part of that network in the alumni. Like once again, for you to join the alumni, you need to get your certificate, which qualifies you to be part of the alumni. And from tonight, certificates will be issued up till Monday, Tuesday, and we'll now send invitation to you. In fact, you can even find it on your dashboard on Tuesday. So you'll be notified. You'll get an email or an SMS to check your dashboard. Okay, I will say that it's time to call it a day. God bless you all. Thank you for the time. The recorded Zoom will also be on your dashboard for those of you that will get the certificate. So, Professor Seth, do you want to say something?
No. Well,
okay.
Just
so thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Good to see you here, and we'll go back to the classroom on WhatsApp. If you have any question there, just post it there. The details for payment will be posted there, and we'll take it up from there. God bless you.